My name is Valérie. I am the founder of Odacité. So All-Embracing Serum, it's all about hydration. And I think that I'm a firm believer that hydration is the base of a beautiful skin. And it's made with watermelon seed oil and hibiscus. You know, does anyone love watermelon? Right? So watermelon, if you eat the flesh of watermelon, it will quench any thirst, right? It's super hydrating. So when you press the seeds, it has the same effect on the skin. It's going to help rebuild your skin barrier. But what's really amazing about water seed oil is that it's good on all skin type. It's non-clogging, it's non-greasy. When you apply it to the skin, it's going to be just like when you eat your watermelon, the skin is really going to swallow it. And then we infuse this watermelon with hibiscus. And hibiscus are, I don't know if anybody is familiar with hibiscus, they're those beautiful red flowers. There's a lot of them in LA actually. They grow almost everywhere in the gardens of LA, and you see them in the tropics too. And then we also infuse with oats, because oats are amazing for people that have sensitive skin, and it's going to give to the product this beautiful velvety feel. I want you to open your little bags because I can talk about it a lot. And I just want you to, pull out everything. And I'm just gonna tell you a little bit more on how the evening is going to go, right? Luciana is, because we all come from this outside world where everything is a bit stressful. She's gonna guide us in a 5-minute grounding meditation. And in order to open this meditation, what I recommend is that all of you take the All-Embracing Serum. We have this little travel size. Just rub it into your hands and just take a good breath of it. And then all the essential oil are gonna help you to ground here. And Luciana is gonna talk about that.
So, like Valerie said, just let your hands become really saturated with the oil. I think you only need a few drops. And then just place them over your face. And while you're sitting here, just let the eyes close and just melt into the essence. And keep taking those big, deep breaths into the scent that you hold in your hands. And just notice how you feel holding this energy in the palms of your hands, the stone of the amethyst, and just let it wash over you. And with your breath, begin to drink that essence into your own body. So with your inhale, feel the essence of the hibiscus, of the watermelon, that hydrating, nourishing energy just flow through you. Feel the protection that the amethyst exudes just washing over you, filling your body. And then slowly, slowly, just bringing the hands down over the heart. And feel the vibration of the oil, of the hibiscus, of the amethyst, just resting in your heart. And all together, take a deep breath into the heart. And exhale completely. And then slowly just release the hands down and open the eyes and just come back into the room. Okay, so I just want to say, imagine if we did this with all of our beauty products.
Yeah.
I really felt what it is that we are just placing on our skin, or even our food, even the foods that we eat, really just sitting with it and really just like understanding it for a moment, all that goes into it. The specific energy that I work with is the energy of receptivity. So the energy of the group here tonight, there is this very, I feel like everyone during this time is going through like a major shift or transition, and maybe it's just the change of season, but anytime we go through this major shift or transition, we need so much trust. And so I feel like the theme tonight can be trust. And it also goes in hand with this beauty product. Like, do we really trust the things that we use? Do we really trust the words that we say? Do we really trust in ourselves? And so let's just hold that theme tonight. And I feel that the way that I trust the most is by really knowing myself and knowing my truth and knowing what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And this is kind of the aspect of the divine feminine. Really doing all the work, knowing yourself very well, and then trusting that whatever it is will come to you. So if you're like trying to look for like an animal that represents the divine feminine, for example, it is the spider. The spider, she weaves her web, she does all of the work, and she really knows when to stop. She knows when the work is done, and then she just sits in her web like a queen and just waits and trusts that whatever it is will come to her. And so during these times of transition, maybe think of that image of the spider. Do the work, do the hard work, but then know when it's time to sit and receive. So in this serum right here, there is the amethyst crystal. And the amethyst crystal is this crystal of like divine protection. And so I sleep with an amethyst like under my pillow sometimes. Like sometimes my sister, she like comes in my bed, she's like, why are there rocks in your bed? But it's like, if you're having a bad dream or something like this, like the amethyst crystal is just this solid crystal of total protection. And so when you're rubbing this serum on your skin, really like envision this like seal of protection and really like get in there, like make it a ritual, you know, don't just like pat it on. Really take time with your face and with yourself and really work in a way that makes you feel like you are sacred. And then with the gua sha that you have, you'll have the rose quartz gua sha, and this is just like compassion. So like you're just rubbing your face with compassion, you know? Really enjoy every ritual that you do, and maybe you go home tonight and you really check in with your medicine cabinet and you really see, does this bring me joy? Is this my truth? What does this feel like to me in my heart? How does it feel on my skin? Who gave this to me? We can do this with like our clothes and our closet and all of these different things, really tuning into how this object or this oil or whatever it is that's in front of us, how does it resonate with me?
Thank you. All right. So I think if trust is, you know, the intention of this evening is pretty amazing. It really resonates with the story of Odacité. I don't know if anybody is familiar, but basically I launched Odacité because I wanted to marry French skincare with the green California lifestyle. And what do I mean with French skincare? I think that we French women, we love skincare as much as food. And I think part of the reason is because we don't wear a lot of makeup, so skincare really has to be our makeup. And it's also talking about trust is something that's transmitted from your grandmother to your mother to you. It's an incredible ritual, and it's something that you practice morning and night. It's really an act of self-care. And for me, it all started because I had breast cancer. And it actually was a major wake-up call for me. And Western medicine wasn't really giving me any options. So I started to look into different approach of looking on, you know, how do you heal your body from cancer. And the one thing that came back from all the incredible people that I met was all about detoxification, about removing all the toxins from your body so that your immune system can do actually what it's supposed to do, which is basically heal yourself. And but in order to do that, I knew that I would have to change absolutely everything. And I did. I quit my job. I sold the big party house in the Hollywood Hills and moved to Topanga Canyon. If anyone knows Topanga, it's between Santa Monica and Malibu. It's incredibly beautiful, no pollution. Started yoga and meditation, adopted a raw vegan diet, and I embarked in this fascinating journey of removing completely toxins from my life. And the good news is that it was 13 years ago, and I was given 5 years to live, and I'm still here, and I'm super healthy. So it does work. And so how does that relate to skincare? I think that for me, you know, right now the clean beauty movement is really thriving, but 13 years ago when you wanted natural product, it was your option was Whole Foods, right? So you'd go there and yes, it was natural, but it was not about that French ritual and skincare. So that's how it started. I started to make product for myself and for my private clients, and through word of mouth, it kind of organically grew into Odacité. So thank you for being here, and now it's time to play. Let's start by, I think, washing our face. You can either do, you have little water wipes, so no toxins in there. What I wanted with this cleanser is that it would be non-drying, because the problem with cleanser is that once you dry the skin, you're not doing a good job. The way to apply oil serum is always more effective than when you apply it on a skin that's lightly damp. It's going to work better. And then what we're going to do is take, everybody has the All-Embracing Serum, right? And then on skin that's still a little wet from the mist, we're going to use like a couple of pumps. Claire, you're so good. You're going to get straight A. Just like rub it, warm it into your hands, right? And just apply it like really to your face, like this. And I need a model. I think Marianne is my really good model for the Gua Sha. The idea is that when your chi is blocked, then this is the beginning of disease, right? So when you apply it to the face, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the lymphatic system. Can I have a tissue so I can hold the Gua Sha without it slipping? Basically what the Gua Sha does is, if you take the Gua Sha, you have, this is hand carved in rose quartz with special angles that are going to fit every place of your face, right? So everybody has opened it, right? So the idea is that we're going to scrape the face, so we're going to bring in blood flow to the skin. We're going to move the lymphatic system. We're going to lift by kind of working against the gravity, right? And we're going to release tension. You have to understand that we carry so much tension in the face, right? And one of the reasons also is because we read all the time on little screens. So especially around the eye area, we have this tension that builds and then makes our face like just, you know, like this, all right? So that side here, right? So we're gonna start from the jaw, right? And we're gonna do the same movement 5 times. You have to go, voilà, merci. Okay, so we hold here and then put the Gua Sha here, right? And we're gonna go and scrape up toward the ear, right? And tug it a little bit here. And then we're gonna do each movement 5 times. I'm gonna go from here. I'm gonna take that angle of the Gua Sha here, and I'm gonna go sit it here, and then go up under the eyebrow. And if you ever have a little bit of a headache, this is a fantastic way to stop it. So sometimes when you do that, you might get a little bit of redness on the skin, and that's completely normal. It's just because there is blood flow that comes to the skin. I'm gonna go with that angle here, and I'm going to go on the forehead and going up toward the hairline. And what I love to do is I love to start in the back here. Attendez, see, up, because we carry so much tension here in the neck, and just go up to the root of the scalp. And then just work your way here, toward here. You want to go up. So as you walk, you know, toward the middle of that part is not super comfortable, but you still want to do it. But just be gentle, just because you have the, how do you call it in English? The apple, right? Let's say that, you know, in the morning you feel like, you know, you're under your eye, it's a little bit puffy. I mean, this, just let it sit in a little bit of cold water for a couple of minutes, and it gets very cold, and then just like gently under your eye, just like really slide it under your eyes. It's just going to move all the puffiness away. It's interesting, the face, because whenever we do an effort, we bring in the facial muscles, right? Like if you open something, a jar that's hard, it goes like, oh, it doesn't help. But somehow we always make those faces, right? Did anyone feel like they had it came a little bit of redness when you were scraping? Yeah, right. And it goes away, right? Also, so I'm not really familiar with ancient Chinese medicine, but I understand that according to this medicine, this traditional medicine, Chinese believe that any organ in your body has a nerve ending in the face, right? So, and very often it's really interesting. I will meet people and I will do the gua sha on them, and all of a sudden I can't even touch them in a special place on their face. And then if I look at face mapping from Chinese medicine, it corresponds to a certain organ, and I say, well, how are your kidneys right now? And all of a sudden I hear, oh my God, that's true, I'm having this issue on that. So it can also guide you to see, like, if it really hurts in a special place on your face, is look at face mapping and just question, like, without judgment, right? Just question, how is my liver today, right? Am I balanced? Are my hormones doing great, you know? How is my kidney? Am I drinking enough water? All this, I really truly believe that what happens, you know, what pops out on your face is kind of a reflection of what's happening inside, right? And part of this ritual of the gua sha and using it with a serum that's been infused, that obviously has the best natural ingredient in it, but it's been infused with amethyst and has those very incredible essential oil. Part of it is really also to help you release stress, release anxiety, and really put you in a more positive mood. And because we all know that, you know, when we feel great, we'll also look great, right? And just everything is so interconnected. So what I want to say is that when you have that pimple that flares up on your skin, just listen to the messenger. Don't judge. Just say, okay, what's happening? Do I need to eat a little less pizza? Or do I be careful about this? It's just like, it's not against you. It's just that your skin is telling you something. Just like, you know, when you're tired, it's, you know, you don't really need more coffee. You need more sleep, right? So just listening to that little messengers that shows up on your face, because we'll always look at ourselves, right? So.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I was reading this and it says use instead of lotion. It's
Yeah.
better to use
You can. So our mists are like really like a whole beauty product by itself. So for people that want to have hydration without oil-free hydration, you can use it instead of lotion. There's many ways you can use it. You can just use it instead of lotion. You can use it and then seal it with the serum concentrate. You can use it after you cleanse your face to restore the right pH on your skin. You can also, it's great on top of makeup to set it, like when you know, and in the afternoon when you feel like you can't reach for a moisturizer, but you want a little bit of, you know, hydration, just like mist your face. Yeah, work it into your skin. I love that everybody's using it in different ways. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. It's just like really, really feel it, being intuitive, listen to what your face needs. And sometimes you'll feel like one side is more tender than another one. Like you'll go like this, and this is like, oh, and maybe like here, it really needs more. When I make a new product, I still make it like when I used to work with private clients, it's really a, you know, one-on-one. You know, I'm launching this baby all over the world, but it's my personal story. So it has to be good for you. It has to be effective. It has to be good for the planet. It has to support people that mean something to me, like, you know, small farmers like in Africa that do marula oil that comes from this community of women. It has to be, whenever available, you know, organic or wildcrafted. If not, then it has to be certified grown without pollutants. So for me, it's, you know, the ingredients that, if you ask me my favorite ingredients, it's like choosing a child. But I think that one thing that I always say is that I think there are two ingredients that you really want to have on your skin every single day of your life. Aloe vera. Aloe vera, which is the base of the mist that you all tried, is actually really extraordinary. I think it's a very understated ingredient. It's one of the few natural ingredients that actually has a lot of scientific study because it's used in hospitals to treat patients that have burns. And so the pharmaceutical industry, of course, is very interested in what makes aloe vera so incredible at rebuilding the skin. Because, of course, they want to create something, a synthetic version of aloe vera that they can patent and sell you for a lot of money. But if you look into the study, aloe vera has over 200 actives in it, and it's good for everything. It's amazing for people that have sensitive skin. It's like mind-blowing for people that have sensitive skin. It's like the healer of sensitive skin. Super hydrating because it has the capacity to go through the dermis, through the epidermis into the dermis. It also anti-aging because it boosts fibroblasts, which are responsible for collagen. And it also fights the bad bacteria that create pimples. So that's one ingredient. And then the second thing is oils. I think oils is like the idea of an oil-free skin regimen is insane. It's really insane. And I get, you know, a lot of clients that come from years of super like having acne and like, you know, a lot of, you know, issue with pimples and have tried like really, really drying products. I'm not going to name it. But the thing with oil is that each one is different. Each one has a different profile. And part of creating the serum concentrate was really looking at each profile and targeting specific skin concern.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but what's your view on synthetics, clean synthetics, but synthetics?
So, I think that, you know, like vitamin C, for example, is a good example. I think vitamin C has a very effective and safe track record, so I'm completely okay with vitamin C. Very often it starts derived by some natural ingredient, right? You know, I'm a great fan of CoQ10 too, right? And which, no, I don't really, if I have, you know, enough track record and that it's safe, yeah, of course, yeah. I like DMA, I like MSM. I mean, there are ingredients that I use in my products that I feel completely safe. I'm not against it. I just need to be sure that it's safe for you to use.
Do you have an interest in CBD oil?
Yeah, I do. I do. We're actually working on a product with CBD oil. So at first I didn't, because I thought it's a little too gimmicky for me. But so I really wanted to get some data, and data is good. Data is good. So I'm not going to say anything, but next year.
Come on, Leah, don't get me here and dangle that.
No, it's a while to go. Yeah, it's a while to go. It's a while to go. Yeah. Yeah, but it's yeah. We're working. We're always like developing products and trying. It's a long process, because so the big challenge with formulating products that are truly natural is that not in America, again, you don't have to do any testing on products, but to be registered in Japan or Europe, you need to have something called a safety assessment, where you have a PhD that looks at your product, makes sure that it's safe for you to use, which is kind of reassuring. I'm surprised that you don't have to do this in America. Basically, in America, you can launch a product and put anything in it. There's nothing that looks into it. And then the second thing, it's called a stability test, which tests the efficacy of your preservative system. And obviously, we don't use a synthetic preservative. So sometimes we formulate something, and then it's good for 2 months, and on the third month, the stability is a little off, and then you go back and you start again and again. And so it's a long process. So we always have products that are kind of cooking in the lab and go to stability, and then work again, work again. And one of the things that I'm really trying to, it's been almost 3 years, is a sunscreen that's truly, truly natural. And that has been proven very difficult because sunscreen, they have to be put in a situation of stability. Like if you leave it in your car when it's really hot. So far, I haven't been able to find a natural preservative that holds the sunscreen in such condition, but I'm still hoping. And the thing is, what's interesting now, because the clean beauty movement is really becoming an industry, then you have labs that are really working on new preservative systems that are completely natural but also efficacious. So it's every like 3 months, I receive new ingredients, new products that are coming, and say like, oh, this is exciting. This is actually, a natural preservative that seems to have like a really long, shelf life.
Oh, and what deodorant do you recommend?
So
I mean, there's the one from Brooklyn here that I love. What's the Soap Voila? Yeah. Did you use Soap Voila? No. Agent Nateur is also a great one. I mean, you have like, yeah, there's a whole selection here. One of the things is that you heard about parabens, which is the most often used preservative in skincare product. 9 out of 10 breast cancer tumor, 90% of breast cancer tumor have parabens in it. Right? So the chemical industry is saying, well, it doesn't prove that parabens causes cancer. Like they told us, like it doesn't prove that nicotine causes cancer. I mean, for me, I really truly believe this is going to be the next tobacco scandal. This is going to be as big as the tobacco scandal, what goes into skincare and personal care products. The thing is that it's not so much that, yes, there's not enough paraben to give you cancer in one product, but it's the accumulation of your, daily use of
that you've been using since infancy.
Since infancy, right? And we use a lot. If you think about it, you wake up, you go in the shower, so shampoo, conditioner, gel, then you come out, and then you have body, face. I mean, if you think about it, we use toothpaste, deodorant, gel for the hair. We use a lot of products, right? And it's this accumulation of all the toxins in it that creates the burden in your body. And I was talking about how our immune system is built to heal ourselves. So when we put toxins on our body, what does the immune system do? It's like it's seeing those toxins as invaders. So it's busy removing it, not healing you, not removing those cancer cells that we produce naturally every day. A healthy immune system kills them. An unhealthy one lets it grow into a tumor. Right? And it's the same about all kinds of chronic, you know, not even going into chronic fatigue and all this is, you know, toxins are really, and I used to coach, you know, people into detoxification. I was really impressed is that when you start to detox the body, the mind detoxes by itself.
Thank you everyone so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.